Hey, what is up, lovelies? We're back at it again. We're just going to quickly just jump right into it where we left off. So let's continue. That night, the dragon places me with all the treasures he gathered, as if I'm one of them. It appears like everything is present, but all I can grasp is the moonlight descending into the lair from an opening. Whenever I close my eyes, the sound of howling wind inside the cave sends me back to that blood-red valley. All I can hear is the dragon's cries. The moment those blades pierce his chest, the same pain and fury also run through me. Perhaps a fragment of the dragon's soul truly did enter my body the moment I pulled out the sword. At the time, I didn't understand the implications. I also didn't know this would mark the start of a curse. Day 2. As dawn arrives, I lie on a pile of gold, squinting at the lackluster jewels. I was twirling the fiend bane in my hand for the third time. He's just going to fatten me up before savoring the kill. I can't let everything go his way. The source of his power is from his right eye. If I could take it. After a night of turning over in my mind, I've decided I need that eye. With that eye, I might just be able to escape the dragon and avoid the fate of having my soul devoured. Which means I'll have to strike first. It will definitely take more than one attempt, and I may not even be able to wound him, but testing the waters can't hurt. He's after my soul. He won't just kill me off. Besides, if he's going to treat me like a pet cat, he shouldn't be surprised if he gets scratched. Walking down the stone staircase, I find myself circling around the broken central pillar over and over. The steps gradually merge with the ground and extend onto the depths below. The dragon rests here. I found you. Is this gonna be the first kindled moment? Yes. I knew it.
Your footsteps are noisy, and you breathe heavily. Consider yourself lucky. At the moment, I'm bored to tears.
What? You'd be a fool to think I only brought one dagger. Sorry, it's so funny. Ooh. You.
Child's play. I admit you're clever at times, yet your skills leave much to be desired. If you still have tricks, now is the time to use them, mortal. I could use a stretch.
If a direct attack doesn't work, I'll have to try a more subtle approach. Pretend to soften. I don't have anything else. I was just bored and wanted to play around. You'll let me go, yes?
Before you tried to kill me, did you consider that it'd end like this?
Strangle. Oh, what a feeble attempt.
I see. Your overconfidence truly led you to believe I'd be merciful. Feel your heartbeat right now. Don't forget, if I apply more pressure at this very spot, your heart will never beat again. Are you going to stay this weak forever? This will be the mark for the first time. Until this mark disappears, you will have 2 more chances to take my life. Prove to me that you can be stronger.
What a snarky jerk. I love him all the same. My first hunt ends with me being branded with a mark from the dragon. Aside from the dragon who resides in the cave's depths, there's also the cave's opening above where the light pours in. That's another challenge to overcome. Even if the dragon has no interest in hurting me at the moment, I can't let myself stay trapped in this gilded cage with no way out. I tear apart the golden silk carpets from the dragon's lair and weave them into a rope. Using his collection of weapons, I carve footholds into the wall. I throw the rope up again and again. With every fall and every flesh wound, the gap between me and freedom grows a little smaller. The dragon knows about my escape plan. Sometimes he even sits on a pile of gold, resting his head in his hands as he watches. He neither helps nor stops me. It takes me a while to realize he isn't just watching. He's studying me out of sheer boredom. Just like I used to watch a cat in the sanctuary that kept trying to climb over a wall it could never clear. I finally managed to reach the top. 5 days later, at the break of dawn, I finally pull myself out of the cave's opening. But I learned that while I found a way to freedom, it's also another dead end. Outside the lair, the abyss seems bottomless. One can only gaze upon the city of Ebony, Taurus City. It is a place where fiends lurk. An endless crimson mountain range covered with forests that are void of life with their scorched trees surrounds a lonely city. There is no other path. Behind me, a narrow ridge snakes downward like a spine of a dragon. Between the vertebrae lies a vast, yawning chasm.
You'll die if you can't make the jump.
As I prepare to sprint and leap, the dragon lands behind me. You won't let me die, or else you won't be able to have my soul. However, you're not concerned about me running away.
If you can go down without dying, then you may come and go as you please. I'm also curious to see where a sorceress who consorts with a fiend thinks she can go.
With his arms crossed, he floats in front of me. I shoot a glance at his dragon horns and tail. You're skilled in flapping your tongue to annoy people.
Thank you. It's one of my few strengths.
I still haven't found the Judicator's oracle who judged me. My revenge is far from over. Looking for him is better than staying here.
Don't bother. Even if you leap down these 21 bones, no one in your hometown will be waiting for you.
I stop in my tracks. What do you mean? The dragon tosses me a blood-stained bag. What's in it?
Eyes. Crows pecked out the eyes of the person you're looking for.
My gut tells me this isn't the dragon's doing. What happened?
You had me destroy a sanctuary, but the Legion of Justicia took it further. They wiped out an entire city under the pretense that doomsday is nigh.
The dragon leisurely floats in front of me, a wicked smile on his face, a blood-red vortex swirling deep in his right eye.
The Ivory City is a burning purgatory now. A rare sight indeed. Shall I take you there?
At the highest point of the dragon's ridge, crimson clouds surge upward. I'm swept into a boundless sea of roaring flames. After experiencing a moment of vertigo, I feel as if I'm soaring through the air. A massive shadow glides over the burning Ivory City below. The clash of steel echoes from the blood-stained streets. Stirred by wings, the air carries blood metallic scent alongside a burnt, acrid smell. These are scenes the dragon once witnessed. The memories replayed in the soul that's hidden within my body.
Humans don't need fiends. Their own fear is enough to bring about the world's end.
As if this cruel spectacle of people destroying each other wasn't entertaining enough, I soon might find myself falling. My soul trembles in pure ecstasy as I soar through the roaring flames. I pay a little attention to the warm droplets that splash my eyes. Enough! I forcefully shove away the one responsible for these visions. The air turns chillingly cold again. I lose my balance and descend. Above me, sunlight pierces through heavy cloud cover, yet the sky grows ever distant as I fall. The dragon's expression changes from cruel amusement to alarm. As he spreads his wings, he flies towards me. The air no longer moves when a scorching embrace envelops me. The descent doesn't stop. It's as if being held in a safe cocoon. The day the dragon and I destroyed the sanctuary, the War of Doomsday began. I never imagined that the peace sustained for over 1,600 years could be broken so easily. It rained for 3 consecutive days in Tara City. I sit in the dragon's lair and receive shiny trinkets every day. One night, a small mountain cat came in to play with me. It wasn't until later that I realized there's no way a mountain cat could just wander into a dragon's lair on its own. Could the dragon be comforting me? After the storm clears, the sky above the dragon's nest is still shrouded in dark swirling clouds. From here, I see Tara City, a city of ebony. This is the opposite of my hometown, a city of ivory. That place is chaotic and evil, a home for those who are shunned by others. It's a world different from what I know. But when night falls, its outline resembles the ivory city.
What's that sound?
A faint breeze blows from behind me as the dragon folds its wings. He lands a few steps away from me. As I sing the final note, I close my mouth and continue gazing at the distant lights in Tara City. A requiem for the departed.
Sing it again.
Haven't you ever heard someone sing before?
I've never heard you sing.
He sits next to me and his tail curls behind me. The nights in Tara City are always brightly lit. Unlike the flames of war in the Ivory City, desires and revelry burn.
I heard you're the princess of Ivory City.
I manage a stiff smile. I was supposed to be a weapon to slay dragons. They told me I could kill a dragon, so they filled my head with a lot of things about them. But when they decided to execute me, they said I was a dragon.
That's how humans are. They fear those who are different.
The night breeze rolls across the ground and carries the scent of charred trees. Maybe there's another forest fire nearby.
Why can't you leave that place behind?
I shield a flickering white candle in front of me. Its flame is about to go out. It's not that. I just lived there for a long time.
Ah, you consider that place your home?
Maybe I just miss the cats, dogs, and birds there.
Face it. No matter how much you hate it or want to leave, A home is still a part of your soul. The more you try to excise it, the more you'll be reminded of who you are.
When I don't respond, he changes the conversation to the topic of my supposed crimes.
Enlighten me. What do you and dragons have in common?
We have nothing in common. I just broke the rules by keeping a golden lamp with an engraved dragon. Aside from the one in the fiend-slain god, no dragons are allowed in the sanctuary, but I could only talk to that little dragon. And one day, they caught me talking to it. Even now, I can't help but laugh when I remember the Judicator's oracle's expression upon seeing that obsidian dragon coiled around the lamp. To think a carefully trained dragon-slaying weapon would cherish a dragon instead. The Judicator's oracle looked like he had been attacked by a dragon. Hysteric, he ordered me to destroy my dragon. I know it's just an object. Destroying it would be easy. I remember clutching the little dragon as I was forced into a corner. The shadows of the crowd engulfed me like a tide. But I didn't want to listen to them that day. The essence of the Ivory City is reflected in its citizens. People dress nicely, exude grace, and possess untainted souls. The Judicator's oracle says desire is the seed of calamity. Excessive indulgence will allow this disease to grow quietly. So, I had to act like everyone else. I needed to abide by proper etiquette, say the right words, and bind my hands and feet with invisible white threads. All of these things turned me into a puppet without a heart. But they still burned my dragon. To kill my dragon, they framed me for a great crime. They sentenced a puppet to death because it had one desire. Since they've branded me a sorceress, fine, then. How could I not do what a sorceress is supposed to do? Strands of my hair flutter as I look at the dragon beside me. Since they destroyed what is most precious to me, it's only fair that they surrender what's most precious to them. Everyone wearing a sacred robe should have their chest split open to see their truest selves. The threads binding me are cut away, one by one. I tighten my fists and finally see what's wrapped inside. A heart still beating. Revenge and plunder. That's my desire. If you can make it happen, my soul is yours. The night grows colder and the candle finally flickers out. The dragon doesn't respond to my deal. He just leans in closer.
Do you know what you look like right now?
Hmm?
You're a young dragon who just grew her horns.
Upon imagining this, I lower my head and start laughing. Maybe he's right. With my little dragon gone, horns grew in my heart.
Growing dragon horns symbolizes a rebirth. It's a good thing.
What about you? How did it feel when you grew your horns?
It was nothing special.
The dragon sits back down, avoiding my gaze.
It just hurt a bit.
Then, are you a dragon or a human? Maybe he doesn't hear me, or maybe he just ignores it. He lets out a chuckle. I know my request can be considered unreasonable. It's fine if you can't do it.
Even if your desire is to resurrect the people of the Ivory City, it's still within my capabilities.
Is this a fiend's act of kindness?
People are far more interesting alive than dead. If you truly want revenge, the best way is to keep them alive. Or would you say this world is the closest thing to hell itself? You can only feel pain when you're alive.
His expression is malicious when he speaks, but his eyes sparkle like gemstones. I recall the dragon in the valley with a sword in its chest. Is this the wisdom you've learned as a dragon?
You faced death before. You should know the answer.
Do you think you'll devour my soul first, or will I pluck out your eye first? The dragon ignores my mischievous question and looks beyond Tara's city.
Sing that song again.
I know our conversation is brought to a close. It's boring without music. It sounds better with an organ accompaniment. Can you get one for me?
It's a simple matter. Consider it done.
He gets up to leave, and I grab a hold of his tail. Hey, do you have a name?
Doesn't matter.
You can't eat me for now, and I won't be leaving anytime soon. Looks like we'll be stuck with each other for a while. What should I call you? Demon, dragon, or maybe Drago? The fiend gives me a cold stare. Sensing his boredom, I shut my mouth, but then I hear two faint syllables rumble from his throat. Stairos? Or are you telling me to stay clear?
It's an ancient Philosian word. Since you can't read it, you probably won't understand it.
How about I call you by a name that sounds similar? Is Sylus alright with you?
Call me whatever you want, but don't expect me to respond.
The dragon rises, and his unseen wings stir up small gusts around him. Where are you going, Sylus? He takes a half step back and falls off the cliff.
I'll be resting.
On the night I learn the dragon's name, I see him again in my dream. He falls into the valley as soldiers from the Legion of Justia thrust their weapons into his chest. He slides down, and sharp rocks tear into his flesh. A dragon's roar fills the valley, then slowly fades into silence. But at the bottom of the valley, it's not a dragon lying there. It's a young man, barely clinging to life. Oh my god, guys. That was so good. What the actual heck? Oh my god. Oh, I love that so much. It was so good. Wow. It has you like the 1, 2, and 3 have you feeling like you're in danger and you need to escape. But then slowly there's like this slow bond and slow like understanding of each other. Oh, it's beautifully written. Oh my god, I love it so much. Okay, we're going to do number 4, and then we're probably gonna make another part. Wow. Oh my god, I love that so much. Okay, alright, let's jump into number 4. Tara City sits near the foot of the dragon's lair. The origin of its name is lost to time, but it's said to be connected to the abyss. And unlike other cities, Tara City's market is the stall we passed by. A wanderer's head was being displayed.
You reacted quickly. Should I remind you that you're currently fiddling with a wanderer's thigh? What? Are you terrified?
No, I just suddenly thought of something. That painting we were looking at earlier, is the canvas made from dragon hide? What? Are you terrified?
I don't remember my voice sounding this annoying.
I drag the dragon into one strange shop after another, even though I know there won't be any pipe organs for sale. I'll take what's most valuable in this world. That's the deal he silently agreed to. But right now, I just want to see an invincible fiend looking troubled. You have no intention of disguising yourself?
No need. No one would believe a fiend would wander around a market. Besides, everyone sees a fiend differently. Some see ugliness, others see horror, cruelty. What they see isn't me. They only see their own hearts.
I hold up a mirror from a stall. It reflects the face of the dragon. Can you guess what I see when I look at you? He lowers the mirror as if he heard a childish joke. He leans closer.
At the very least, I'm a lot more handsome than I was depicted in that fiend-slaying god mural.
Heck yeah. I thought the famous market of Tara's city would be more interesting, given how it's known for fiend-related items. It turns out to be just a bunch of normal stuff.
You won't be able to find wind chimes made of finger bones anywhere else.
I pick up a small obsidian sculpture. They even have a goat bone amulet. People in the sanctuary dislike these kinds of things because they believe horns represent fiends. Yet they're quite popular here.
Do you want it? In that case, you can carry this stuff back by yourself later.
I want something smaller and more intricate. There's a fiend's horn ring, a fiend's wing necklace. This volcanic stone pendant isn't bad.
It's not bad.
Sylus leans down to look. However, he scoffs.
Pitch black and shaped like a crippled dragon.
I place the pendant back. I turn my head and my eyes light up again. Look at this fiend's eye bracelet. Isn't it more adorable than the treasures in your lair?
You see a cheap, thin coating as beautiful. Are the cracks special? Did you come here just for these?
I can't believe I almost forgot how sharp your tongue is after we spend so much time together. Getting a nice word out of you is like pulling teeth. I fiddle with the bracelet in front of me. Since my taste doesn't seem to align with yours, why don't you tell me about the most valuable piece in your collection?
The painted oil lamp made out of pure gold and that ruby necklace. You wouldn't use them if I gave them to you. Why are you interested in cheap things?
You actually measure worth based on monetary value?
There's another way.
I sigh dramatically and click my tongue, trying to appear deep and wise. You certainly live up to the stereotype of dragons being greedy for treasure. However, true value comes from something a little warmer. Take this bracelet, for instance. It might not look impressive, but it carries a great significance. Ignoring his dark, brooding look, I grab the dragon's hand and, without waiting for permission, slip the bracelet onto his wrist. Here, look at the words engraved on it.
The fiend shall always shield you. How warm and comforting.
The dragon glances down at the bracelet, but doesn't take it off right away. The pupilless merchant senses something and quickly faces us. He taps his tobacco pipe with a pinpoint accuracy on the bracelet.
1 piece of information, or 30 gold coins for the bracelet.
For this bone bracelet? At best, it's worth... I'm about to start haggling, but when I look up, the dragon is already opening his pouch. A cascade of gold coins spills from his hand onto the counter. The blind merchant doesn't move to count them. His ears just twitch slightly.
You've given too much. Rules are rules. I'll keep the gold and give you 2 pieces of information. First, the fiend has returned. The Legion of Justicia will march to Taurus City soon. You two need to be careful.
Sylus and I exchange a glance. The merchant, expressionless, turns his face toward me.
As for the second one, before long, the fiend will meet his destined arch-nemesis once again. Right over there.
He tilts his pipe and my eyes follow. In the distance beyond the barren forest, I spot an obsidian spire jutting out. I hook my arm around the dragon's neck, stand on my tiptoes, and whisper in his ear. Isn't that the place where you tried to eat me for the first time?
Do you wish to return for the sake of nostalgia?
I don't see why not. Who knows? Maybe something unexpected will occur there.
An abandoned, dilapidated chapel won't offer anything worth the trek. Don't forget why I'm here with you.
I let go of the dragon's neck and pretend to be displeased. It's not like you just found out I'm insatiable. If I can't get the organ, I'll just grab a few other things as consolation. These, and these. Don't they all suit you perfectly? I quickly pick up a few intricately designed accessories and shove them into the dragon's arms. Then, I stand on my tiptoes to hang a bone wind chime on his horn.
You...
What? Our gazes meet. I blink at him as I'm still standing on my tiptoes. The evening sky casts a soft, rosy glow over the dragon. He looks at me for a moment, then sets the coin pouch on the table.
Since you want all of them, don't leave a single one behind. Take everything. We're leaving.
I open my arms to the dragon, and he lifts me. He carries me and my treasures as we soar over Taurus City. What a wonderful date. Okay, that one felt much shorter than the other ones, so 4 was definitely shorter. Overall, very cute. Nice to have a little cute moment with Sylus. Crazy how he named Sylus Sylus. Yeah, I'm enjoying this so much. Okay, so I will meet you guys again in part 3, and we're just gonna continue rapid fire through these little stories. I'm so excited. Alrighty then, I will see you lovelies in the next video. Bye-bye now.